CreditSnap's lending works using pre-qualification, which means checking your rate will not affect your credit score. So it's a promise, and the lending journey always starts with that soft inquiry. Just so you know, CreditSnap's customers, when it goes live, the system, it will carry your branding, your URL. This is United Texas, based out of San Antonio. Uh, their fonts, their colors, their brand colors, footer, header. So everything is as if you're delivering a very custom digital experience to your customer. So with that, let me come back to the demo. Uh, we'll start with home refinance as an example. I'm going to use a test profile that actually works, that has a home loan on the credit profile, and you will see how seamless a refinance transaction can be in this next generation kind of a journey. From a home address standpoint, it's 100% Google Maps integrated. So as you type in, address comes in. This is much like how you do it on your mobile phones in the address in the Maps applications, right? So click and everything gets populated. Citizenship status, if you need. Date of birth for this profile, it's 11/1/1967. Take customers' credit consent. Again, we tell them this is just a soft inquiry and there's no impact on the credit. And borrower can add a co-borrower, but for the demo, we'll just do a simplistic individual application. So one of the first things CreditSnap does is it goes and pulls credit data. And instead of asking the customer, hey, how much do you owe on your mortgage and all those questions, we actually use the data that's already there in the credit report, and we are able to say, hey, we do see a mortgage loan. Here's the balance that's there, and here is the monthly payment. Is this what you're trying to refinance? If there's more than one, obviously we'll show more than one. In this case, it's just that. Sometimes the applicant address could be different from property address, and it prompts, okay, hey, we actually need the property address. And this is because we do instant valuation. And I can say, look, that's not my actual property address. This is my property address. And it instantly, right now in the demo, what I'm showing you is uh, CoreLogic AVM. So we have the ability to real time get the valuation. So not only are we applying the customer's credit data, delinquencies, bankruptcies, charge-offs, you name it, but we are also applying the valuation of the home, which is from the automatic valuation models for now. And we are making a preliminary offer telling the customer, hey, we know you have $19,600 outstanding balance. We can refinance it, and as we refinance it, we can actually save you X dollars per month on a monthly basis. Sometimes it can come at the expense of extending the term. If customer really wants to make sure to keep the term where they want, they can customize the term. They can also customize whether they want to go for a fixed or variable if you have both options. But long story short, it just makes it easy for them to either take the lowest rate or take the lowest payment, and makes it an easy choice for them. And let's say a customer selects this, and now we ask for more information. There's also other questions you'll see short order. Uh, Imagine if you're asking for all this information even before customer sees the offer. It's a cause for abandonment, and which is why financial services applications abandonment is really, really high, because we tend to ask information uh, even though we don't need all this information to just show the offer. Is anybody else listed on the title? If the spouse is there, then they'll list the name. If not, no. Do you have a driving license? If they don't have a driving license, we have the ability to capture numbers from other IDs. Or we also have the ability to capture driving license, real driving license, using photo scan photo of the driving license and the applicant's face, so that we can establish whether the driving license is authentic and the driving license belongs to that particular applicant. If we do that, then we don't need to do this, because it automatically looks for fraud. It automatically captures the driving license information. It captures a lot of other data. for now, we are going to use a Texas number here. You can configure the system to prompt for 24 months. If customer says 1 year and 1 month, it asks for more. If I say 2 years and 1 month, it will not ask for more. You get to decide how long you need. It could be 12 months, it could be 24 months, it could be 60 months. Mailing address, we also have the ability to capture address history if you need address history. And then declaration questions. Are there any outstanding judgments against you? I mean, the standard declarations. You can choose to ask a different set of declaration questions, but this is kind of the standard set. Hard inquiry at this stage, customer has now given full application. Customer has accepted a rate and term, and we are ready to move forward in this process. And we are doing what we call final underwriting at this stage. And not only do we have the ability to do hard inquiry, final underwriting, but we also have the ability to do instant income verification using payroll data. So if the customer says continue, we present obviously the disclosures that we will be accessing your payroll data, and the system is prompting, hey, who do you work for, right? So let's say I'm typing in, I work for CreditSnap. Immediately it goes and detects what payroll system does CreditSnap use. So it all depends on which payroll. I mean, they might be, the applicant's employer might be using ADP, or they might be using Gusto, they might be using WagePoint. There's just thousands of payroll providers out there. And, the provider that we use for this experience is integrated into a lot of those. So at this stage, it is asking how much, not how much, what's the login and username and password for the payroll system. And as soon as the customer gives the right credentials, and as long as it is accurate, that is all the customer needs to do. Behind the scenes, we are able to grab customers' employer data, customers' income, and as long as the income is within the range, like let's say customer said 90,000 on the application. You might not remember that, at the beginning of this demo. But if the employment comes in, let's say within 5%, it could be higher, it could be lower, then CreditSnap can move the application forward. Now, in a typical mortgage refinance, you will never go to promissory note right away. I mean, there are quite a few things you might need to go through. But I think what I'm showing you is how a signature experience look like. I mean, it can be a thank you page. Customer might get an email or SMS later, and then they might come to this page. Different loans, right? I mean, a personal loan, you might want to execute a promissory note right away. Credit card, you might want to do electronic acceptance right away. But on a mortgage, you might want to do this outside of the instant flow. But once the customer sees a notification, for example, in a mortgage, this is how it will look. They will simply click on the loan agreement, sign the loan agreement. Everything will load right here. This is very important because if we send the customer to, let's say, DocuSign, they will finish DocuSign and they will be done. The CreditSnap experience doesn't work that way. It actually follows a sequence of actions. By controlling the signature experience within CreditSnap, we are also able to control what can we get the customer do after they complete this process. And you will see why that is really important actually. So right after they execute the document, we will be presenting them cross-sell and presenting them additional offers to save them more money. And let's see what this customer, this particular borrower profile can qualify for. So this customer actually has an active auto loan. They have a $10,500 balance. So we are actually telling them, hey, you can actually save on this, or you can buy up to $50,000 car. You can take up to this personal loan, or you can take a credit limit up to $3,700, and you can actually save on your current credit card balance that you're carrying. So that's the best part about the CreditSnap experience is it's not just stopping at the mortgage refi, but it's actually presenting additional offers and encouraging customers to take other offers that they might be interested in, and it automatically takes data and creates a brand new, for example,